Habari ma Africa, asante kwa kutazama Mngxitama. It's a Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a productive week because today we've got quite a few things to talk about. Let's start with Phosa, who has re-emerged from I don't know where, and he said something in an interview that caught my attention. He said, listen, this government of national confusion will hurt the ANC in the coming local elections. And I think he's right. I've always maintained that the ANC thinks that they have won the negotiation of this coalition government. But at the end, when it comes to the ballot paper, I believe that the ANC will get the short end of the stick compared to the Democratic Alliance. I also want to speak about PANYAZA. He has warned South Africans to say, South Africans, don't take your ID document and help the foreigners to register their business. And I want to tell you guys just why that is a total mess up, a bad idea to take your name and put it under someone else's business that you think, oh, you guys, in KZN, there is a warehouse that was discovered with expired goods. This warehouse, they found workers there, they found people there. But the funny thing is that when it is not black people that are doing the crime, the crime has got no name. The perpetrators has got no face. They can't name them. They can't name the countries where these foods are coming from. They can't tell you who's the owner of the warehouse, a full warehouse. All you need to do is go and check at the municipality who owns the warehouse. I mean, when it is black people, they tell you immediately it is us. But when it is other races, they go around and beat around the bush. I really don't like that. Mngxitama has attacked the EFF position on Pan-Africanism. He says their Pan-Africanism of open borders, of which I will explain that is not the case, is inviting a criminal element into it. I want to speak about that. And also, I want to speak about the interview of PANYAZA at McG podcast, where McG has asked, why is it that South Africans don't open a black school, a proudly black school? And I want you guys to help me on something that I'm going to request from you guys. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono Ngwane. Mr. Easy Imali Neng, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I just want to speak about Phosa. Now, the former Mpumalanga Premier, he's back. I think he wrote a book or something. He's busy telling us some good stories about the former president Thabo Mbeki, Cyril Ramaphosa. He's speaking about Jacob Zuma. Maybe I will cover some of the, breaking news, if you can call it like that. Some of the things that he's talking about that we did not know. And I think some of the things are very important. But he spoke about this government of national confusion, the GNU. He says this thing is going to hurt the ANC. And I've maintained this for so long, but I don't know. The ANC goes to the ground, but the ANC does not listen to the people on the ground. And the people on the ground, I'm also talking about the people on the internet. Sometimes they must just get a research desk, but people that go and fish out information, hashtags about the ANC and everything, and come and report back honestly to the NEC to say, hey guys, this is how the public views us.
I want to make the statement to you and your viewers. We're sitting where we call the GNU, Government of National Unity. You know what? That Government of National Unity is like a stew. It's like a stew. Some parties will not survive the local government elections because of that. Others will become out of things stronger. It depends how they play, the interplay there. Now, my view is a leaning towards the DA by the NC will lose NC a lot of votes. Already SSCP doesn't like that. Kosaro doesn't like that. So it's a negative to the NC. The NC must steer this GNU in a way in which they come out strong. But it's not only a play at the level of government. Out there, the people have lost confidence in the ANC and its leadership. The ANC must renew itself not with words, but with action. You know, there must be proper law enforcement. There must be proper cleaning up of the party. There must be political education of a different type that creates a new moral behavior in public.
Okay.
One thing I would like the ANC to do is to start imagining their lives beyond Cyril Ramaphosa. I think the SG, Fikile Mbalula, you know, Phala Phala FM, they are very short-sighted as to the moves they are making, thinking about just tomorrow or thinking about just now, and not thinking about the long-term effect of the decision that they are making. The decision to work with the Democratic Alliance is going to hurt the ANC in the future. Guys, I don't know how that does not dawn to them. I don't know why. Guys, we are working with our enemies. The public, the ANC voters have seen what we are capable of doing. We are capable of, you know, neglecting and turning against the revolution that we fought for, that our party fought for. The people can see that we can work with Freedom Front Plus. The people can see that we can entertain AfriForum, give them 3 months to deliberate the Bella Bill that went through the whole process of parliament and was signed by the president. The people can see how soft the ANC has become. And not actually soft, the ANC has revealed its true identity when it comes to not fighting for African people. How long does it take for the ANC to respond to things of crises in South Africa, whether it is our children dying, whatever is going on? It's like they are waiting for an inquiry to be established before anything happens. And I strongly believe what Matthew is saying is quite correct. The ANC will see in the ballot. In fact, they must not pretend to us that they are not nervous about the local elections. They have not even started, because they can't start. The government it's not their government anymore. They're going to, here's the ANC, man, I know. And I'm speaking with a heavy heart because of a pan-African spirit. I want to see the ANC do well, because I want the ANC to team up at the end with the EFF and the Mkhonto weSizwe. Because like I said, these parties must imagine their lives beyond their current president. And that common denominator of having the common enemy must unite us as black parties at the end of the day. But they will never listen to us. But anyway, everyone is saying it, and it is on record. We'll be playing all of this clip of Abo Solima Paila, Nehau, everyone who's against the government of national confusion will be saying, but ANC, we told you, you did not listen. Your ego was too much. And it's Cyril Ramaphosa and this Fikile Mbalula that is blocking the things. And we have to say it straight without any fear of favor. Anyway, let's go to PANYAZA Lesufi. PANYAZA Lesufi is warning you guys, because South Africans, we are so easily divided, so easily distracted. Now you find people, because of Ukulamba, the food politics, stomach politics, helping the foreigners to register. Why would they need help from you to register them? It means there's something dodgy happening.
Progress. Lesufi has pleaded with South Africans not to front for illegal and undocumented foreign spaza owners, as these threaten efforts of growing the township economy.
We want them to try their luck, and I can assure you they will regret it. And the systems that we've used to do registration are watertight. We know what we are looking for. We know the database that they are linked. We know, you can't claim to have had a business in the last 3 years, and when we go to the South African Receiver of Revenue database, we have not filed.
I think the government is not ready for just how many people are going to come to register. By that I mean the government is going to get a shock as to the stats, the numbers on the ground, the actual numbers of how many Tuckshops are there and how many are willing to register. The government is going to get a shock, because I think their estimation is quite low. It's quite low in every location, because we see, man, these people, sometimes you get 4 Tuckshops in one street, and the regulations are saying the Tuckshop must not be within 400 meters from another Tuckshop. I mean, it's crazy to see the regulations and to see what is actually happening on the ground. But as for South Africans, you know, a person taking his room or a portion of his land, of her land, and renting it out to these people, and these people, they pay good money, and they pay in cash. So some people are saying, I'm already used to this 5,000, this 7,000, whatever it is these people are paying. What can I do so that this income must not go away from me? And some South Africans are saying, they are talking to their tenant, which is the foreigners. They said, okay, let me help you to register. But it's a bad idea, ladies and gentlemen. You can't take your name and put it under someone else as business, because you are going to be the owner of the businesses, and you're going to be liable to anything that those business is happening. We are not even talking about SARS document, because tax evasion in South Africa is a skill that most people have mastered. But if someone eats poisonous food from that tuck shop, those, my friends, can turn around. You'll be standing there in the dock with them as the owner of the business. You can't say, no, it's not my business. It's under your name. It's registered under your name. You'll be standing there in the dock, and you'll be arrested for murder. That you did not commit. So we have to be very careful as to what we do in terms of trying to help people, because if someone wants you to register on their behalf, it obviously means their documents are not up to date or a proper legal document. Because if they are legal here and everything is okay, why would they need your help? Why would someone register their business under your name? It means their papers are not okay, and we must say it straight and forward. So be careful, South Africans. Spread the word. Speak to everyone that you know in your township that owns the tuck shop, that they must make sure that they don't make a mistake of using their identity document to register for some other people's business. I want to speak about this issue in KwaZulu-Natal, ladies and gentlemen. There's a warehouse there that the police found counterfeit goods, expired goods, alcohol, even medicine. And everybody was there in KwaZulu-Natal. You saw the premier, everybody was in that warehouse. But the reports say they don't know who owns the warehouse. Why is it so much? Why is mainstream media so obvious? Why is mainstream media so obvious? Because we know if it wasn't a black business, it was going to be named. If those counterfeit goods were coming from Zimbabwe, like cigarettes, it was going to be named. When it's black, they name it immediately. But when it's other nations, it's like, we are not sure. We must thoroughly investigate this. Our investigators, our intelligence, as if South Africa's got intelligence. South Africa has got intelligence. You guys don't even know what happened to those Libyans that were training there in White River there in an army camp. You don't know what happened. You forgot about them. Whether they are back in our country, continue, or whatever they're doing, guys, you just forgot. Because I told you guys, week on week, we South Africans, we black South Africans are distracted by some form of a topic that derail us from the true fight in South Africa. That's why you see we've got that trauma in us, that we have those outbursts that are people don't know where they come from, because we have never dealt with apartheid in our country. We've never dealt with the disadvantages our black children have. We've never dealt with those things. Someone said, King, when you said we black people work so hard just to go buy a car in our 30s, sometimes in our 40s. Ulaki mone moto as a black person. Ulaki. In other races, it's not a car. It's it's a want that is not luxury. A car is just there. Never mind a house. I don't even want to go there and talk about a house, your dream business, and all of those things. Those things as a black person you'll never have. So those traumas, especially for men, having children, having a wife, but not be able to supply the type of lifestyle that you wants their children. You know, you live the same life like your grandmothers did. You suffer. Taxi you know, those type of things is trauma. So when you see South Africans in the township react in a way that you don't understand, is because of these traumas of our historical disadvantages, black people. So I just wanted to say I find it very funny that there in KwaZulu-Natal, all of a sudden they don't know who who's the owner of a factory, a warehouse. And with Pick and Pay, not Pick and Pay, okay, now ShopRite and all of those guys, they are waiting for this process of registration to end. Watch what is going to happen in 2024, because the township economy is bringing more than 20 billion. So just watch what is going to happen. Just watch. If you thought it was hard competing with my friend, now they're going to shush you up with just a job in Pick and Pay, in ShopRite. Yeah, you save. They just gonna, because some of you guys just want a job. You don't even want to open a tuck shop. You don't even want a cent from the township economy. You just want a job. So they're going to shut you guys up with jobs. Don't say I didn't tell you, because Nina 4,500. That's what you want. That's what you want. Mangatola just 4,500. A Pick and Pay. Yeah, but baba bizan laba basebenza emathilini lapho. Leza sicabanga ukuthi bayenza IT. La ama supervisor lawa hamba apha bazokucancela cancel baze lapha thola 6,500 7,000. The whole year umile lapho uhamba ama up and down. And I'm not dissing that those jobs. I'm saying we South Africans should inspire for more. The ownership. I don't mind if you are doing all of those things for a black business. I don't mind. Then I'll be able to, look at the workers in this black business. Look how excellent they are. Look at their dress code. Look how clean it is here. Look how professional these people are in a black business. I'm not impressed when you're doing it for ShopRite. I'm not impressed. But anyways, nangtola later, but abanye nizongithola later, it's fine. Anyway, let's speak about Mngxitama. Mngxitama is saying that this Pan-Africanism thina esikhuluma ngayo yama open border and whatever akavumelani ngayo. Obviously that's a jab at the EFF. Andile will always have a beef with the EFF. Nyamthando Andile, but Andile will always have a beef no Chillas Malema.
Their Pan-Africanism was revolutionary. Labanye who were against them, they called them the Monrovian gang. So it was Casablanca versus Monrovia. Ababase Monrovia, they behamba imperialism. They won at the OAU. Nkrumah was defeated, ultimately kicked out of power. I'm a revolutionary, as you can see how President Zuma has been treated here at all. But I'm just saying there's contestation in Pan-Africanism. Then in South Africa, we have seen the development of a Pan-Africanism, which is very strange. Like we talk about Fulama borders. That is a Pan-Africanism of irresponsibility, but it has got a criminal element in it. It is calculated to move goods, most of tobacco from Zimbabwe to South Africa easily. And that Pan-Africanism also is what facilitates cheap labor from other parts of the continent into South Africa, and therefore benefiting white settler monopoly capital and creating a dynamic amongst ourselves where it is a Pan-Africanism which basically, comrades, if we're not careful, we're going to end up fighting amongst ourselves and leaving the enemy out of the picture. It's a reactionary Pan-Africanism. Our Pan-Africanism is a revolutionary Pan-Africanism which seeks to end imperialism and also seeks to end the capitalist exploitation of our people and unite the African continent on the basis of a revolutionary ideological project. So
yeah, you know, this issue of open borders, I have explained it 100 times, and the EFF has also explained it, but I've always maintained that I've never had anyone in South Africa or even in Africa for that matter who explains the open border situation better than me. I've always maintained to guys, we don't open any borders. We integrate the borders. We integrate the home affairs. We integrate the police system. We integrate the correctional service and the border patrol. We integrate them. Don't open the borders. You still need to know how many people are leaving South Africa, going to Zimbabwe, leaving Zimbabwe, going to Zambia. You still need a count. You still need to be responsible. But this thing, Yoguti, when you integrate the borders, even open borders for that matter, they will bring cheap labor. No, they are bringing cheap labor because your country is not enforcing labor laws. It's as simple as that. If you enforce labor laws, no matter if someone comes legally or illegally, a business will know how much it will cost them if government finds out that they are exploiting black people or cheap labor. But the problem is, we know that is the agricultural sector most of the time, in the construction sector. But nobody has ever said we are going to go to the farms and check for the undocumented foreigners. You know, the stories, if you go to the farms and hear the stories there, how our people, some of them who are South Africans, are not even allowed to go and vote and all of those things. It's crazy stories. But our politicians are so scared to touch the agricultural sector. They don't even want to go there. They don't even want to go there. Some of the food, they use some type of poisons when they are, like, it is crazy what is happening in the agricultural sector. Anyway, before I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I don't agree with Mngxitama on this point. The borders must be integrated, and the free flow of goods, services, and everything must be opened in Africa. It's happening in Europe. And Mngxitama knows. I know in Europe is because the other next country that you might go to, catch a train and go to, is not poor like the other country you come from. But still, we still need to work out. That's why Botswana is trying to say, listen, we're going to document everyone that comes here. That is integration. We're going to integrate these Zimbabweans that are in Botswana, but it is going to be with some type of limitations for them. So I believe in that. I'll be a Pan-Africanist. I know most Africans don't believe in that. They just want to find themselves in their own corner. Unfortunately, that is something that I don't know when we are going to beat it as Africans, but we will do our little part where we can. Another thing I must say about the MK that I complained about, if you guys have been watching King Said So during the elections, and I complained about the MK political party and their lack of professionalism when it comes to media. It was so difficult to find reliable information about the MK political party, especially because mainstream media was not covering them. So you will just hear the MK is somewhere doing a motorcade, but you don't get any footages, you don't get anything. But right now, it looks like they've got a good media team. And they've got a good media team. Their pictures are solid. Their video editing skills are proper. I mean, I have to, because I'm in media, I have to, acknowledge what I'm seeing there. The EFF was the only party that you can go to and find material on their Facebook page, on their, TikTok, on their, wherever, on YouTube. You just find the EFF information. You don't have to go look for it. The same with the ANC to an extent. The ANC is always well broadcast and everything. You go on their Facebook, they are live and everything. So the MK looks like they are catching up. I just wanted to acknowledge acknowledge them for that. So let's speak about Mngxitama and what he said to PANYAZA Lesufi about opening a school.
The water crisis. I wanted to ask you that. Is there a world, you're part of education, bro.
Yeah.
Is there a world where we can have a black school where we teach people how to undo all the things that apartheid did? You know, like the fact that we hate one another, the fact that we can't handle money, all these things that just take us back. You know what I mean? Like, it would be nice to have a black school,
real
bro.
school, like with the proper schooling system.
I knew about Hitler before I knew about Chris Hani.
And yes.
Yeah,
I don't know what is our relationship with black coffee. He has a brilliant concept. I met with him. He came to unveil a concept. He wants to have a school that teaches our children about ourselves, our culture, our language.
Because it's a white world.
Yeah, he was asking for permission to invest in that sector, and I think it will come up. And I want to shout to him, Black Coffee, to say that's the right way. That when you have that kind of resources, you think about having such a school.
Because I'm taking my.
You know, every black South African feels like this. They feel like, Ishman, if we can just get black schools that can, you know, educate our children in a proper way, in an African way, teach our children manners, teach our children how to talk, teach our children traditional things, like just teach our children proper things. This is what almost every South African wants this. But what they want is that type of school that you're talking about must be able to compete with the other schools, with sports, with marks, distinctions, learner excellent, teacher excellent, equipment, you know, everything from the principal, from the building, from everything. They don't want just a by the way school there in the township. They want proper world-class schools, and that's what we're trying to do in Peta. And I don't want to. Black Coffee also wants to build a school, but from my research and whatever I search, he wants to build a music college, not a Pan-African school that is going to teach children. So I'm just correcting PANYAZA on that effect. Probably he pitched a bigger idea to them, but what he wants to build is a music school, and you know. I think every school must have some type of music, but what we're talking about, traditional, you know, instruments and everything of that nature to bring back our true essence as African people. So my African people, looks like we are not getting the word out properly of Peta. So next year and very soon I'll be traveling to this podcast promoting our school, you know, the launch of our school on the 2nd and 3rd of April. So I'll be trying to speak to all of them, Season Pofu West, DJ Spoo, Mekji podcast, every podcast that I can get to, just to get the word. So when you hear people speak about schools, black schools and everything, please on the comment section of that podcast tell them invite King Said So, you know, because some of them I'm not in Josie, but I will go to Josie to promote Peta. I'll go to any province for that matter to go and promote Peta. So it's a plea that let's speak about Peta. Those who believe in the vision of Peta, let's speak about Peta in other podcasts. Let's speak about Peta to our families. Let's speak about Peta in our communities, our close circle, so that people can know that there is a group of people who are trying to build a school. And now we are no longer trying, we are actually building the school. It's no longer a try. You guys have seen that the construction is underway. We are doing this thing because it is made possible by South Africans who continuously donate their 50 rand, 200 rand, 100 rand, 1,000 rand each and every day without fail. I mean, I'm so impressed with you South Africans. I know we will not get the millions that we so wish that we can build this school in few months or in 12 months. But the little that you guys are sending, it's making a difference. And I will always be proud to say, we are not just a channel that talks and complains about politics, complain about EFF, complain about MK, look at what Cyril did. We are a channel that is standing up and doing something. So that is something to be proud of. I believe that is something that we can be proud of as King Said So and as Paseta. And also, when you tell people, tell them that Paseta is not only in South Africa, because we want to build Paseta in all provinces of South Africa. We are in Namibia, we are in Lesotho, we are in Angola, we are also in Uganda. We are trying our best to open Paseta Botswana and Paseta Mozambique. I'm still waiting for Zimbabwe. I'm still waiting for other Kenya. I'm in talks with someone there, a YouTuber also. So, you have to find the right person with the right passion who understand the vision of Paseta properly. But I would wish before I go to the next life that Paseta is everywhere in Africa. That is my wish. So I plead with you guys. I cannot promote Paseta alone. Help me in other podcasts and everything. Everywhere where you go on our website www.paseta. Open an account, get informed of what this Paseta thing is. You'll get our business profile. Everything is there so that you guys can promote being informed. I can speak the whole day with Paseta. You guys know it's Friday today. Please enjoy it and enjoy your weekend responsibly. I will continuously try to be online for you guys. I think maybe we might go live. So Friday night around about 9-10 o'clock, just check me out, hit the bell icon, and also don't forget we're trying to hit that 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So I appreciate each and everyone who is enjoying the content and is clicking the subscribe button. But the most important thing is to leave your thoughts on the comment section. I try by all means to read everything that you guys are posting there, and I'm very grateful for the compliments, the criticism. Everything that is happening in the comment section is most welcome, as long as you keep it respectfully. So until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.